One sec, Instagram. Hey, everybody, welcome to the Art of Relationships show. Going to be talking about boundaries and relationships. And I don't know if there's something in the air and about in-laws, outlaws, those type of situations, but I get into this often, frequent about boundaries, about in-laws, ex-laws, friends, families. It could be siblings, all those aspects about in relationships, about boundaries, about people overstepping boundaries, and about priorities in a relationship. There we go. As I trip over my tongue, okay. Excuse me. As always, you can join the chat down below, people. I'd love to hear your comments, your takes about this. And this is very delicate situation, okay? And I tell people for over 2 decades now that the relationship or marriage needs to be the priority. Okay. It's like you two against the world, if you will. I don't want you fighting the world. No, not at all. That's not what I mean. It's about looking at how, you know, much of a priority, how much you allow friends, family, maybe mothers, fathers, whatever, brothers, sisters, to interfere in your relationship and to overstep boundaries. And I hear this all the time. Greg, you know what? I feel like he's in a relationship with his mom or mother versus in a relationship with me. Oh my God, it seems like him and his brother, him and his dad are a lot more priority than me. Or, her and her mom are like best friends and they always hang out. They're always there. And I feel like I'm always less of a priority. I'm not important. This is going to destroy your relationship, okay, people? And a lot of times it comes up, and it might even be, if you want to say, even raised in childhood, teen years, where one parent is maybe making the other child or kid, feel like they are the surrogate partner, the surrogate best friend, the surrogate, maybe like you're a friend type of situation. Hey, you're not my kid, you're also my best friend. You get me? And that's going to destroy your relationship. And what happens is people are maybe trained this way, they're taught this way, and it's borderline abusive to kids, to teens, and then it carries on through adulthood, right? I'm your mother, I'm your father, you're supposed to do this, I'm the most important thing to you. No. When you're in a relationship with somebody else, you're living with somebody or married, they become that priority. That's your new family. That is your new priority over the other people that were in your lives. Okay. A lot of people are going to have a hard time understanding this. A lot of people are going to hate me. I don't want that. Okay. I understand you. It's not easy. And I'm all about using compassion, care, concern, and understanding, where you can tell your family member, you know what, I am in a relationship. This is my new family now. They need to be a priority. That, however, doesn't mean that you're ignored, that you're not important, that you're not loved, not at all. Deliver that with compassion and care for your family member. But a lot of people, where battles come up, is where maybe you've been married for 5 years, living together 5 years, 10 years, and always seem like they're in a relationship. Your partner is in a relationship with their family member, usually the mom. Dads, we hear it a lot, but it's usually with the mother. Okay. I love women. I'm not blaming or, throwing shade on women at all, but it tends to be the mother in a lot of situations, that she'll make, say, the son be the surrogate husband, the surrogate spouse. And how many times we hear this? Well, we see it on TV and we hear it. Oh, you're the man of the house now. What? No, you're a boy. You're a kid. That's not fair to you. And what happens where you end up in a relationship or being married, your mother or father, brother, sibling, whatever, will still feel like they are the number one priority, and they will try to put a wedge between you and your new partner, and it will destroy your relationship or marriage. Okay. A lot of people might disagree with me, and I will politely and use compassion, mention this in my office right back here, that, hey, the priority, and they bring, that the mother's the most important. She raised me. The grandmother raised me. My father raised me. They're the most important person in my life. I understand that. But and you have to be able to grow and mature. They don't have to be the number one priority forever. You know what? If they raised you in maybe a correct manner, they would realize they want you happy. They want you to have your family the number one priority, and your partner, your spouse, they need to be the number one priority. And I run into this about, healthy boundaries. And what happens is that family member, whoever it is, will try to throw shade on you, meaning they will try to throw guilt trips at you. They will try to manipulate you, and they will try to hinder your relationship and try to break your relationship apart so they have you again. And it's more about how they feel and what they need versus the love they have for you. Get that straight. My mother, grandmother, whoever, father out raised me. They love me. They want what's best for me. Or do they want what's best for them? I get it. Mom, grandma, dad, you know what? It's not easy. I love you. However, I have my own family. You're still important in my life, but they need to be a priority. A lot of people in this situation, it's a tug of war because they're battling with their current partner, their current spouse, that, hey, I've been with my mom, my grandmother my whole life, and I've been with you maybe a year, 5 years, whatever. And they try to throw that on there. And it's about the importance of the situation. Okay. It's about how you want to live your life. And what are you going to do to show your partner that they are the priority? That again, it's you two and then everybody else around it. And that's what's going to make a healthy marriage or healthy relationship. That does not mean you ignore your family member, your friend, that type of situation, right? Doesn't mean you ignore them. It's about setting boundaries that, hey, you're not going to be able to come over unannounced anymore. Please call. I have a family now. I might have plans. Who cares? You might not want to do anything, right? So you have a right to tell that family member, no, you know what? I love you, but no, I can't right now. You have to start setting these boundaries with family and friends and make sure your family is the most important right now. Your current partner is. That does not mean, let me clarify, that does not mean that you totally ignore your friends, your family, that you never hang out, you never talk to them. Not at all. It's a balancing act. And that's what I said about the boundaries need to be, more of a balanced act, but the family, your kids, your spouse, they need to come first in a relationship, okay? Not your family of origin, if you will, who raised you, that type of situation. Okay. Hey, people on Instagram, I appreciate you joining in. And always, join in, join the live chat down below. I'd love to hear your questions or comments. And, one thing I see or I hear often, and I work with all different, if you will, cultural followings. I work with a lot of people. They could be from Nigeria, England, London, uh, England, America, of course, India, Muslim, Jamaican. I work with a lot. I'm very flattered. I work with a lot of different cultures, and I get it's very, very difficult for people to break away from that how I was raised. In our culture, the mother, the father, the parents are the number one, and they are, oh, you're supposed to take care of me no matter what. And I look at, is that selfish on their part? Do they want you to, be happy and be in a loving relationship, or is it all about them? So I like to flip the script a lot. I respect a lot of people's beliefs, and this subject is very, very difficult. It's not easy, and it creates a lot of arguments, excuse me, in a relationship and in a marriage. Okay. That, oh, you're supposed to always cater to my mother, my father, my whatever. You're my spouse, you're my husband, my wife. You need to cater. And it's like, who made those rules up and for whose benefit? Are they for the parents' benefit or brother, sister, family? Or is it more about, what they want you in a loving, healthy relationship that they get it? or is it being selfish and all about how things affect them, not looking at how it affects you? So that's where I want to help you instill the courage, instill the confidence to be able to tell people, hey, you know what? I have a family, I have a spouse now. They are important. How that looks like is different to everybody. I have had a couple recently that, every for the whole life, they've always had family dinner at mom's house. That's what we do every Sunday, and I'm not going to give that up for anybody. And I'm like, what? Now, it's okay if your spouse wants to go and wants to be included. Absolutely, if they want to. But what if your spouse wants, that's your only day off, say a Sunday, and you want to do something together and you're telling him or her that, no, I have to go there. And is it out of guilt? And will your mother, grandmother, father manipulate you? Will they throw guilt trips on you to get you to come? Or can you say, hey, no, maybe I'll make it once a month now, versus every Sunday? And about setting those boundaries in place and what's important. And it's very, very difficult when they start calling you names. They might start crying. Oh, you don't love me anymore. You don't care about me anymore. You could care less if I die. And it just rips your heart out. I get it. It's not easy, but that is very abusive and it's manipulative and it needs to stop. And the only way it's going to stop is if you are able to be firm enough and, again, come from a place of compassion. I get you. I know it's hard for you, mom, grandma, brother, sister, dad, whoever. I know it's hard. I still love you. However, this is my family now. And if they do not respect those boundaries that you are cementing and putting in place, then you're going to have to be a lot more firmer with them. And if you're unable to, because out of that guilt and shame, it's going to look at that your partner's going to feel not a priority. They're going to feel not loved, not cared about, that all the decision making is put on your family of origin versus on you two together, that you're not partners, that you in your family of origin are making all the rules and decisions. That's not fair. And it's going to destroy your relationship or marriage. I can almost guarantee it. Okay. And if it doesn't destroy it, well, let me rephrase this. Even if you remain staying together, that doesn't mean it's going to be healthy, happy. It's going to create a lot of resentment and distance. And it's going to be one of those situations. Oh, we celebrate our 50-year wedding anniversary and we're miserable and we don't like each other. But you know what? We made 50 years. I'm like, is that something to really strive for? Is it the years or is it the closeness, connection, and how you respect one another and value each other as a partner? Again, I know it is so not easy to deal with this situation. And I deal with this, I bet you probably 4 days out of 6 in my office a week, dealing with the boundary issues about friends, family, that type of situation. And it's not fair for the family of origin to make you a surrogate partner, a surrogate, best friend, that type of situation. And it comes down to, what, do they want you happy? Do they want you to have a healthy, loving relationship and, with your partner? Or is it all about them? We've all seen movies, right? Movies, TV shows about and I know mother-in-laws get a bad rap. I don't want to do that, but the mother-in-law is the one destroying the family. If you think everyone loves Raymond would be a great example, right? And there's movies we could go left and right about this, about, what, you're taking my baby away from me and I can't have that. I'm not going to allow it. I'm going to destroy that. And you need to be strong and go after, what your gut is saying and what your heart is saying too. Not allow family members to guilt trip you and manipulate you. Again, I get it. It's not easy, but you need to put it in place, those boundaries. And if they're not, what's going to happen is it's just sooner or later, your relationship is going to erode and you're going to look at, well, what do you expect me to do? I've heard this a lot of times. What do you expect me to do? It's my dad. It's my father. It's my my mother, it's my grandmother. I hear this on a daily basis, basically. And I tell them, I understand that, but you got to make your family and make your partner a priority first. And then, you know what? Then you can make room for everybody else. Now, I'm going to bring up a very crucial point, okay, people? And this is, the rules are going to change, of course. If you have a family of origin or a best friend that might be in hospice, that their life is coming to an end because of an illness, cancer, maybe old age, that type of situation. The rules are going to change a bit. You're going to be there, for them, more than you would any other time because of the circumstances. But that doesn't mean those circumstances are for the whole lifespan. You get me? That doesn't mean because your family of origin or your mother, father, whatever, because they feel guilty and they feel hurt and maybe depressed a little bit. They make you feel guilty and manipulated. Like I told you, oh, you don't love me anymore. That's for them to work with, maybe see a therapist, a counselor to deal with that and to want you to be happy and want you, hey, don't worry about me. I'm here, talk to me, whatever. Enjoy your life. That would be healthy for you. You don't ignore them, but they are still a big part in your life. They're just not the number one part in your life anymore. As parents, hopefully we are raising our kids to be independent, to live the life they want to live, not the life we want for them. That doesn't mean, doing illegal activities or harming anybody or harming themselves. No, outside of that, I want you to be happy. I don't want you to worry about me. Those are being good, healthy parents and teaching their kids about going after their dreams and passions and not throwing guilt trips on them. Okay. So hopefully these words of advice will help you. I know it's not easy. Again, use compassion, use care when you talk to your family of origin, saying, hey, you know what? I have a family. I have my own family now. I still love you. It's just my time is not going to be readily available like it used to be when I was single. Okay. They're a priority now and they need to be a priority. I'm still going to talk to you. I love you. I'm going to be here for you, when I can, but that doesn't mean I'm going to be here as often as you would like. I just can't because I want to dedicate that time to raising a healthy, loving, connected family in a connected marriage or partnership in that situation. Of course, right? When people first start dating, they've been dating a week, whatever, that doesn't mean they're going to become a priority. That happens over time. You've been dating, went on 2 dates, and I should be more important than your family of origin. No, they have to earn that. Okay. Let's be realistic. So that's where I tell people you need to be realistic when it comes on to that situation. But again, use care, use concern, use compassion when you talk to your loved ones. But if they continue to manipulate and guilt trip you, you need to be more firmer and set in your boundaries, if you will, to cement those in a healthy way for your current partner, your current spouse and family to be able to say, hey, no, these are rules and you need to respect them and abide by them. That doesn't mean they're going to like them, but you need to respect those. Okay. It takes work. It does take a lot of growth and a lot of courage to get to this place because I'm all about promoting, healthy, happy marriages, relationships, romantic relationships. And this is a difficult balance for a lot of people, but you need to put it in place or that relationship won't last. Okay. Check me out, theartofrelationships.org. My info is down below in the bio. And any questions, hit me up. Check out my website again, the Art of Relationships Show. Peace and love, everybody. Take care. Bye bye.